The 420 Lifestyle Show is about to start, so grab your buds and get ready because we've got a full show here today. And hey, welcome back. This is the 420 Lifestyle Show, number 31. This year is freaking going by like no business.
No kidding. It's almost Halloween already.
It's almost Halloween already. I know. That's like a, well, that to me is like a major religious holiday. That's a big one.
Big deal.
That's a big one. But welcome to the show. And hey, Carly, good to have you back.
Good to be back.
I like your Rasta color necklace colors, sort of. Yes, you're awesome today.
My dad actually got it for me from Jamaica.
Yeah, man, from Jamaica.
From Jamaica.
No, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. I didn't know that. Wow.
Now you do.
I just learned something about you, and I learned it on this show. That's so unusual. I don't usually learn anything on this show.
Try not to.
I try to put on my anti-learning goggles, and nope. That's it. We're shields up. Not talking to nobody. Listen. I'm not listening. What else? So, big news. You have a new position. Tell us about it.
I do. I'm now managing Cannabis Culture's online store, cannabisculturehq.com. Yay! I'm really happy about it. It's been a lot of fun so far. And I'm working really hard every day. I'm putting a lot of cool stuff in it. Filling up a lot of inventory, so there's like everything you guys could possibly think of on there. So
like fuck Harper shirts?
Yeah. Every day there's new things being added in, so keep checking, and if we don't have it, send us an email and I'll put it in. So it's a lot of fun. I'm excited.
There you are. So congratulations, and
Thank
yeah,
you.
right on. It's hopefully that works out real good. I think it will.
I think it will too. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, you're a good fit.
Thank you. Thanks.
Welcome Megan today, who's finished her, I guess, what do they call that? There's a name for it. I just can't think of it right now.
I call it trainee. It's French for trainee.
There you go. Your indoctrination into the producers. She's basically transferred into the producer's seat now. She's or director's chair. She's directing
Hey
the
guys.
show. And,
I'm in the
working
driver's
over
seat
there.
today. It's weird.
yeah, that's it.
Press the buttons.
Keep the revs up. We don't want to stall.
I got this.
Keep those revs up, boy. That's it. It's like a Volkswagen. You got to run it, at high revs all the time. That's it. Got some, not a whole lot of videos today, but I got some cool videos today. One of them is how to burn stuff with a 2,000 Fahrenheit degree solar panel, which is pretty cool because the guy scavenged it out of an old television set.
What?
Yeah. So it's like free stuff. Excuse me. Also, how to make water explode.
Whoa.
Yeah, you can make water blow up. It's cool. Make a bomb with water.
That's definitely a Mick video.
Because I figure if we get that out there, then like Homeland Security, water will be illegal. You won't be allowed to have water in your house anymore. That's
it
the
can
end
blow
of it.
you up.
You're making bombs.
Right?
You know what?
Yeah, making
and all
bombs.
government buildings will not have no longer have toilets because somebody could potentially turn them into a massive bomb.
recently, actually, there was a young kid or young guy who was arrested. I think he was 12 or 13. Was arrested in Texas because he made
A clock. Yeah,
and
see.
they thought that it was a ticking bomb, and they thought he was a terrorist because his name is Muhammad.
He
So
made-
they were like,
he-
they brought the cops in and everything, and they arrested this kid.
Jesus.
Yeah, totally innocent kid. Then it showed. I saw pictures online of the same day. I can't remember what group it was, but it's a group that's been like gotten in trouble a bunch of times in Texas. They've been like outlawed, but they still meet, and the cops don't do anything about it. And there's these kids, and they look to be about, I'd say 8 and 10, and they're like holding guns, and there's like American flags, and there's this like big rally going on. And apparently, according to the internet, this was going on at the the same that this.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Like,
But
you know,
their names
visible
were
minority.
Jeb. Their
Yeah,
names were Jeb and
exactly.
George. or-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Duke.
Yeah, Duke.
Duke.
Good cowboy names.
They had cowboy hats on. That was all it was.
Exactly,
Yeah, they were wearing
exactly.
cowboy hats. It didn't matter.
Jeez, you sure wouldn't want to be named Muhammad in Texas, huh? Good Lord.
No.
I think if you were a white kid born to like a traditional Texas family and they named you Muhammad, you could probably take your parents to court on like cruel and unusual punishment or some kind of child abuse. They'd be up on
His
charges or
parents-
something.
His parents stepped up, and they've been speaking out publicly a lot about it. And the kid's smart because he gets up, and their cameras are rolling and stuff. And one of the first things he says is, "I really want to go to MIT." Like the second he's on the microphone, and so he's totally like using it to his
He's
advantage.
planting the seed
he's
right
going
away.
to meet
Yeah.
Obama or something
He's going to
like
get a
that.
scholarship to
Yeah,
MIT
he's going to get
now.
yeah, exactly,
that's it.
exactly.
He
That's
just wanted to
actually
ensure.
smart.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. So
And apparently, social media. Everybody stepped up on social media, and of course, the cops. That's what pressured the cops to like, oh, whoa, and they all backed down and admitted that maybe they were wrong.
Yes.
Okay, but we have to respond, and oh, bullshit, please. But yeah, it was social media pressure that
And the
actually
teacher,
got
too.
these guys like in trouble.
the teacher too, like how like ignorant can you be when your student comes up to you and they're like, "Hey, I made this clock," and you go and you call someone and you're like, "I think my student made a bomb," like for the teacher
name's
too.
Muhammad.
Yeah, exactly. And
Well, it is that. It is the
it's
ignorance.
the teacher. It went up. You know what I mean? She directly told the teacher, and then the teacher called the principal, and the principal called the cops. So it's like there was multiple people who would have known about it. Just so silly.
They're
People are
Texans.
ridiculous.
They're not people.
Yeah. You know what they say? It's not about Texas. It's not nice to mess with retards.
Yeah. Well, they sure execute a lot of them.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, God. So, this is the show on the go, by the way, if anybody hasn't figured that out yet. I have no idea. No, I do have an idea why I called it that today. And that's simply because we haven't stopped going. We're all going crazy here. Things have been rock and roll, business-wise. And, of course, today is the first day of the lame-ass bullshit threat from Health Canada to all of the dispensaries here in Vancouver that receive emails from Health Canada in the last week or so about cease and desist all their operations and advertising and such. There was threats of sending in the RCMP and closing them down that way. And I think a lot of these dispensaries all decided to call the bluff during an election, in the middle of an election, to something as controversial as to slam shut everybody's access. And we're talking tens of thousands of people. Mm-hmm. And then, before you even start sorting out, well, what's real medical and what's just being recreational use, because we have both. I think it's like, yeah, come on, boys, bring it.
Yeah.
Because I think if you went to one or two dispensaries, I think you wouldn't get to too many of them before there'd be like a few hundred people down there protesting and causing all. What are they going to do? They're just going to tie up traffic, spill into the streets. Massive gridlock, which at 420, same thing, gets everybody in the city angry. Fucking traffic's fucked. You close one street in this town, and everything backs up. That's a fact. You cannot close down streets in this town without causing all the other streets to be completely screwed.
Yeah. Pretty poor design.
Oh, it's terrible. Well, it's not the design as badly as just there's too many cars. There's
Yeah.
way too many people. See, this is another thing. When you build up you increase density, but you don't increase the land use per se for vehicles. And you also have problems with like water and sewer because of capacity.
Yes.
So it's difficult to say, oh, we're going to put another 1,200 people in this building on this corner.
Yeah.
Right? You know, because you're going up. Well, where are all the parking for that? And where they can't drive their cars.
Right.
So you have to, you know.
Well, it's like in Toronto, the whole place stinks like sewer because there's just too many people.
Well,
You know?
the sewers are full.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Yeah.
And you're talking like a 24-inch cement pipe that's running at full capacity all the time.
Yeah.
So capacity that sometimes it starts to back up those manhole covers. That's the problem. And you know what happens? Actually, there's supposed to be enough airspace in a pipe, so they're vented to prevent that. So when you can smell the sewer gas, it means they're full because the venting isn't working.
Right.
Because there's not enough airspace.
Isn't that dangerous because of methane?
No.
No?
No, it's not. It's too mixed. There's actually not a lot of methane in that. You won't be able to light that gas. It's too. It's not concentrated.
When you think about it at that sheer volume, it's just like, oh.
And it's
honestly,
not just methane. There's all kinds of. It hasn't really. There's not high concentrations of methane yet.
There's
Hasn't
so many
decomposed
patches
enough.
of that like smell in downtown Vancouver that if it was methane, there would probably be like fires everywhere because it's like
If
so.
you think Vancouver's bad, Toronto's worse.
Oh yeah, can you imagine? Kids would be lighting manhole covers off.
Vancouver, I've never had that happen in Vancouver. Toronto, I've definitely experienced that.
Oh,
that
see,
manhole
never
burn.
have. Like, even in Mexico, it's like the slums. I don't know. There's garbage, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, no, but in Vancouver we got urine alley.
Oh, yeah.
We got pee alleys.
No,
Yeah, that's the same
We
with
have urine
Paris.
mainway parkway called Hastings. When you go down East Hastings in that part, man, it
'Cause of the
stinks like
homeless.
piss.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
Walked
whole
through there the other day.
there's a
Which is
whole
like-
block
Yeah.
of East Hastings that is
And then
just
when it
like one
rains-
big toilet.
It was funny because when I went to Paris, we noticed there's like no public bathrooms because they have such busy tourist seasons that they just can't have like hundreds of, if your little coffee shop beside Notre Dame Church or something, it would just, wreck your business to people everywhere. It's so gross. There's no public bathrooms everywhere. The whole city smelled like pee.
Actually, Paris has a
happened during,
reputation as being an open toilet.
It pretty
It
much
does.
is.
It
'cause
is an
there's
open
nowhere.
toilet.
Like other than your hotel room, you're out of luck.
I thought though I heard something a few years ago. Paris was starting to install these
That would be awesome if they
weird,
did.
like these sort of like they did and I think that's where they got the idea in Victoria. They called them pop-up urinals, and they were just basically like either designed like a spiral, so it's not it's just an open air drain, but it's a place to go and pee, and it was just because to slow down public
That
urination,
seems
and
fair to
All the
especially
drunk people.
and they started putting them up on the weekends, and particularly for the bar crowd. They're saying that the store owners are tired of coming Monday morning and their doorways smell like piss because they've got a recess door. Oh yeah, that looks like a good place to go
exactly.
because I've come from the bar. And I've
Been there.
shit happens. So
You gotta go.
yeah, and of course having a few brown pops in your judgment maybe it's somewhat impaired, and it doesn't look so good in the middle of the day on a weekday.
We
when they're
normally
open.
smoke a lot more pot before we digress this
Afternoon
far on the
happy
show.
hour.
This happened quickly this time. We were
This-
right into
yeah,
the,
we got
the
right
toilet.
into-
We get off onto this topic.
We got right into, I don't know, sewers of France. And we started talking about blowing shit up. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
All right, speaking of, let's do that. Let's watch how to make water explode. Why don't we watch that? This is a 5-minute video. It's kind of cool.
You have to give her a sec to grab it.
Yeah, she can pull that up.
Oh, my God. I'm scared.
And
Which one is it, man?
the bottom one, that one. Whoop. You had it.
You might have to move this out of the way.
There it is, that one there.
Okay, so
How to make water explode.
what
It's like-
exactly do I
Just cut and paste it. So if you, or actually, even if you just press the button,
All right.
just press that link. It should go
Minor details while Megan figures that one out. Jeremiah's helping her. First timer, We appreciate all her hard work.
Can I use your lighter?
Sure can.
Yeah.
There's an ad.
I really like this.
Oh yeah, there's an ad.
It's an ad for Maple Leaf meat.
Yeah.
Good Canadian meat. Okay, now it's on.
All right. So this is fun. Is it playing?
Alright, wait. Oh, yeah,
What do you get when you combine water with a homemade electrolyzer and power from a car battery? Woo! In a previous project, I built a generator that uses electricity to convert water into a very powerful fuel. The amount of electricity available determines how much gas can be produced, and using a couple of car batteries, I've been able to produce over 5 liters a minute. I've even tried powering it with a makeshift hand-crank generator like this one, but obviously the gas production is slower. So just how powerful is the gas? To find out, I've rounded up some plastic cups, some liquid dish soap, and water, because we're going to make some bubbles. I'm pouring just a little bit of water into this cup, followed by a quick shot of soap, and even that's probably more than I need. Agitating the cup like this will mix the two together, and while I'm here I may as well fill up the rest of these cups as well. Now it's time to put in some earplugs and safety glasses, because this next part could be dangerous. Using jumper cables, I've connected to my car battery to get the system warmed up. When the gas makes its way through the lines, you can see it pushing up through the bubbler, and now I can take the end of the tubing and place it inside of the soap solution to start collecting some gas. The gas is just a mixture of H2O molecules broken down into their gaseous elements of 2 parts hydrogen and 1 part oxygen. This is sometimes called HHO, or hydroxy gas. Alright, the bubbles have reached the top of the cup, so I'll gently remove the tubing, trying not to disturb the bubbles too much. Then use a barbecue igniter to see if the bubbles will pop. That's crazy! Even without a lid, the cup is completely torn to shreds. Well, that's why I've got more cups, so I can do it again. This one looks ready, so let's add some fire. When the bubbles explode, the gas burns clean and turns back into water vapor. There's something elementally exciting about using fire to make water, and I've just done it again with cup 4 and cup 5. Funny enough, did you also know that you can use water to make a fire? Look for that in a different project. Okay, these cups are completely destroyed, so I'm trying something a little different with this last one. I filled it all the way to the top and stirred in a little more soap, and this time when the bubbles are pouring over the top, they light off with just as much power, but the cup stays intact. This allows me to use the same cup again and again. Some people might ask what the purpose of the bubbler is. Well, it helps clean the gas, but more importantly, it acts as a flame arrestor in the event of a flashback like this. If that flame were to get back inside your generator, it would probably do some damage. The bubbler cap is just pressed on, so if there's a tiny flashback explosion, the worst thing that happens is the cap pops off. If the bubbler is a little low on fluid, then be careful, because now the gas has a place to build up, and if you were to get a flashback in this situation, it could be a little more dramatic. It's helpful to keep the bubbler full, so I made it detachable for ease of use. Okay, my next test is to fill a plastic soda bottle, and I'll show you how to do that in a minute. With the cap off, the gas is slowly leaking out, and when touched to a flame, it takes off with quite a bit of energy. Small bottles are fairly safe to play with, but anything bigger than this needs to be lit from a distance. I just made this remote detonator pad so I can ignite larger bottles from over 20 feet away. I have these bottles filled with water, and to charge them with gas, I hold them upside down in a bucket of water. The lid gets removed below the water line so I can insert the tube up inside the bottle, and when the electrical connection is made, the gas bubbles up inside, forcing the water down and out. After all the water has been pushed out, the tube gets removed and the cap screwed back on, and now this bottle is full of hydroxy gas ready for ignition. Igniting it this way is pretty risky, but I felt like I had to try it. This here is the safer way. The bottle is placed carefully on the detonator pad, and then from a distance, I can fire it off at will. Soda bottles have pressure-rated plastic that can withstand the explosive power, turning these into makeshift rockets. And rather than exploding, they can be reused over again. In contrast, the plastic on a water bottle is weak and doesn't survive the blast. I'm filling up a milk jug using the same technique as the bottles, and now we've got 1 gallon of gas ready to go. Man, that is powerful. I'm probably gonna have to do that again. Woo! Nice. Nothing but shrapnel. And that's really cool. This juice jug has thicker plastic and explodes with incredible force. When I set this jug off, my neighbor told me he felt the floor in his house shake. Well, the generator's getting hot, so it's time to shut it down and put everything away for the day. That's it for this project. If you enjoy these videos, please comment and share with your friends. I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah. There, you're back.
And we're back. And yeah. All right. Before I forget, Pod TV is causing issues. Come on in, Courtney. You can come on in. Don't worry about it. And she's got the right shirt on. She's allowed. She's got one of the
Come take a bong rip.
Come sit down and have a bong rip. While I make the announcement.
Courtney Pie. Hi, Courtney Pie.
Courtney Pie is here. So always good to see you, Courtney. But yeah, Pot TV is having issues today. We're having some, I don't know what issues, but Pot TV is redirecting you to the Cannabis Culture website. So for the people that are watching out there on live stream, maybe if you could tweet or Facebook post that people can watch the show at livestream.com/Pot TV Network.
Yeah, that's where it is right now. We've been having some
and you can get on to
serious
watch the show because
internet issues since we had that DDoS attack.
I know.
For
Yeah.
some reason, our server, the people who provide our server iWeb, have not been able to get their shit together like the entire time, essentially. So we've had some downtime. We've been working tirelessly to get it fixed, but these guys, I might just have to switch everything because they're really pissing me off.
Yeah. So, anyways, if you guys who are watching could help us out and do that today, that would be wonderful. We'd appreciate it very much.
Yes.
And
Yes, we don't want any of our awesome followers to miss our show.
yeah,
we
we
love
don't.
you all.
That's right. You know.
Yes.
So I hope you like watching how to make water explode.
That was pretty cool.
That is cool. I thought
Just don't make yourself explode.
no, but I thought the cool part was now. Of course, I'm going to get to the cool factor. The cool factor is when you talk about doing stuff like this on Facebook or other social media, you're probably driving Homeland Security insane. Because you're talking about blowing shit up. As I was referring to earlier, we started talking. That's how we got onto the bloody sewers, is I started talking about no toilets in the government buildings. Because people will make it and turn them into, like, they'll think they're going to turn it into a bomb.
Yes.
I'm going to go and I'm going to call in suspicious activity. There's toilets in this building. Somebody is making their bomb-making materials.
That's so funny.
Crazy.
But it just shows the ridiculousness of the whole concept of these rules. Like these, they take it to such extremes. Like the guy who made a clock. And
No
then you
sense.
turn, so it's like, well, look, somebody can blow up a toilet. Ooh, with my water, hey, boom.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's funny. My favorite book ever and favorite movie is Fight Club, and the whole thing is just filled with all sorts of homemade bomb recipes. And you'll just be reading, and it'll just be like randomly thrown into the story, similarly how they do in the movie, and just out of nowhere, it'll just be like, oh, there's another bomb recipe here. Whole thing. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
And, you know, I mean, I won't deny when I was a kid, we used to make homemade explosive devices. Well, we did. Well, when exactly, when I was a kid, you could buy firecrackers illegally. They actually sold firecrackers in the store when I was a kid. Like, I'm old enough to remember those.
Dude, cherry
Lady
bombs.
fingers, you know, and those black and white black cats, checkered ones, and yeah. So you could get firecrackers.
Yeah.
My favorite are screecheroos, and what you do
You can
is
still buy them.
Yeah, you get those and you
Hit 'em with a hammer 'em down.
You get a hammer, you hammer them down, you tape them up with duct
I
tape,
know
hammer
those
them
tricks.
down. Yeah, man, those things blow up anything. You can blow up a brick if you want.
All right. Well, I was going to say one of the things that we did was would buy a box of Strike Anywhere kitchen wooden matches, right? And you sit there and you with your X-Acto knife and you cut all the heads off and you get a nice pile of them.
Yeah.
And then you take those, and what I used to do is take two like lids, like orange juice jug lids or like, you know, jar lids of some kind, jam or any, two exact same lids, put a whole whack of these things in there, and then put them together, and then I would just crank out like a whole roll of electrical tape on them and basically make this, it look like a hockey puck. But you just throw that against a brick wall and boom! I mean, really loud explosion. It would happen. Like it was just a really big noisemaker and and a puff of smoke. But it wouldn't even when you looked at it afterwards, it would just be like a little hole blown out in the tape somewhere.
That's funny.
You know, so there wasn't even any damage or anything. It was a noisemaker.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
fun though.
Yeah. But imagine doing that now. Can you imagine some kid got caught making, like, match head, like, noise making, you know. Back in those days, people would laugh. Parents even thought it was, like, funny.
Yeah, we used to like save the parts of lighters and like make those explode too, like the inner flints of lighters.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like but yeah, now you probably get
You
put
can
a
still
juvenile
get.
hall or something.
Well, you
You
can
can
blow up
still get
anything,
fire
including
viewers.
water now, so.
Here's the other thing in the internet land that's not working for pot, TV, and cannabis culture right now. Instagram deactivated our cannabis culture account. Instagram, our main CC account. Instagram has shut it down without any warning or explanation. So we're trying to get it back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they say you violated their TOS, their terms of service, and
I don't think we did.
And they haven't
Well-
there's no how. They didn't send. They don't ever apparently send any sort of notification or any sort of explanation in what way you breached the contract.
Well, Instagram is Google, right?
No, it's
Instagram
Facebook.
is Facebook.
Oh, it's Facebook. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought Google bought it.
Facebook.
Oh, Facebook. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and so it used to be that when you would share something on your Instagram account, it would duplicate it on your Facebook account.
Or you could pick
You
it
still
to.
can.
I used to
Well,
have
no,
that.
it doesn't do that now. Now, if you go and look on Facebook, all those pictures are gone.
Oh, no.
So when the
Are they?
Instagram account gets taken out, it doesn't leave them on Facebook. It takes them down.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. It used to duplicate it.
yeah.
That's
I
why
actually-
you upload on Facebook separate.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. I didn't. No, I removed the sharing feature off of Facebook for my photos. Like my Instagram photos don't post to my Facebook now unless I click on it. Yeah, it's not automatic anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing.
But they do go to my Twitter account. Or no, I have to click that on now too. They used to.
It's all a decision now. It's kind of
Oh,
nice.
no, I know what it is. The 420 Lifestyle Show Facebook page now goes to my personal Twitter account.
Oh, that's nifty.
Yeah, I hooked that up a couple weeks ago.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's because, I took my personal one off my Facebook. Yeah, it was weird. I had my personal Facebook going to my personal Twitter, and then I changed it to just have the 420 show. The show go to the Twitter. Whatever. This is complicated. You guys at home probably don't give a rat's ass, I'm sure. But speaking of, we're on to Facebook and social media. There was an article out recently, and it looks like the Conservative Party has been buying Facebook likes. So, yeah, this is something that has come to light. I didn't realize you could do that. I've heard about it, but yes, there's a number of services out there that will you can subscribe to, I guess, and for a fee, they'll get a bunch of likes for you somehow. It turned out that there was a reporter. I wonder where his name is here. I'm trying to find the article. Anyways, some friend of his called him up and asked him why he had liked the Conservative Party on Facebook. And he was unaware, and he thought, no, I haven't done that. I'm a reporter. I'm unbiased. I would never like any political party publicly. Right?
Yeah.
That's not the way. You can't do that. You can't do my job that way. So he went and he was like, what? He logged into his Facebook account, and sure enough, it said that he had liked the Conservative Party of Canada.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
What, somebody hacked his account and used
No.
a real account?
Nobody hacked his account at all. As it turns out, according to media consultant Susie Parker of Sparker Strategy Group, this can happen very easily. Third-party websites or videos that you are clicking on may have malware embedded in them. You won't even know that's the thing. It's really insidious in how it can happen, and it's very quick. It turns out lots of people are selling likes. Suddenly you're liking companies, organizations, even political parties, and unless someone tells you or you check your settings, you don't know anything about it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I always figured that if they were selling them, it was just fake accounts or something, but
No.
they're actually getting real accounts to like.
It's
Yeah.
it's like through a malware, some kind of like a virus type of
You know
affair.
what? Now that I think about it, it's funny because I've logged onto my Facebook thing before, and seeing that I liked something that I was like, what is this? I've never liked this before. It was some band or something. And I didn't know where it came from. I figured I just pressed it by mistake, but
That's
Yeah,
so
no,
odd.
it's not. That's so there's programs out there that are doing it, and well, so the question has to be asked: are political parties buying phony likes on Facebook? So the Liberals, Greens, and the NDP all said pretty much the same thing. They said they buy advertising, but they don't buy likes. But the Conservative Party's Director of Communications, Corey Hahn, he said, thanks for reaching out to us on this question. It's an internal party matter.
nice answer.
Neither confirm nor deny, which basically means, yeah, we have been.
Right.
Well,
Scammers.
considering the fact that this guy obviously they got a reporter, well, you bought the wrong like off the wrong guy.
Yeah.
And the only reason he even noticed though is because, hey, look who just popped in. It's Melissa.
What's up?
Hey, Melissa, manager of the Cannabis Culture Lounge here.
That looks like a good green one.
With her blue hair. Green, blue, turquoise, aquamarine. I think we're going to call it
It's mermaid
aquamarine.
hair. It's mermaid hair.
Mermaid?
Mermaid.
Oh, mermaid.
Mermaid hair.
Oh, yes, it's mermaid. You look under the sea. We should play. And then we need to have like the background music of bubbling bongs. Bloop, bloop.
Yeah. Or I could just hit bomb.
Or you could just hit one. Here, why don't you grind some weed up, Carly?
The internet has been alerted to the show being on live stream instead of Pod TV.
The internet has been alerted.
Yes.
Thank you.
Somebody sent out, we've had an amber alert, a green alert on the internet. It's a green alert. It's not to be confused with a green out.
Dear internet.
Hey, what's this going on my telephone? Oh, okay. I heard nothing. I went to investigate. My suspicions were confirmed. It was absolutely nothing.
That's funny. I've never heard that before. But
You've never heard that before?
No.
Yeah. Heard nothing. Went to check. Yeah, my suspicions were confirmed. It was absolutely nothing. We didn't have to smoke much weed today. We're still... Actually, the weekend was fun. I actually pulled my first all-nighter in a while. Oh, yeah, I got home Sunday morning like 10:30.
All nighter in a while. We had one the other day, or not the other day, like a couple weeks back.
What are you talking
When we
about?
went to see
the fire or the all night. We remember we went and laid on the dock,
stars.
Mick. We went and looked at the stars.
Meteor shower, yeah.
Meteor
We
shower.
Well,
went
that
with
was like
Courtney
over a
Pye.
month ago.
How high were you? Did you forget?
He was there.
That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, that was for the meteor shower, wasn't it? When I passed out.
Okay.
I had edibles and I passed out. I couldn't even hear my phone.
It's like,
you were gonna come
what
and
I
we
should
called
say
you, but
is
you weren't
I've had
answering.
another all-nighter in Vancouver.
Yeah. It's Vancouver night. They happen in Vancouver.
Yeah,
A lot of all-nighters, huh?
I
Yeah.
didn't have this happen to me in any long time.
It
So
is-
since moving here, I guess that's
Yeah. This city, it's easy to stay up to like 6 a.m. here because it's just
No, it's not easy. It just happens.
everyone sleeps in Vancouver too. That's something I've noticed. Like from being at work and stuff, a lot of people you don't see the city start to get busy until like 11 o'clock.
And
Like,
they go to
it's
bed at
just
8:30
many
too.
days.
They go to bed at 8:30 p.m. Everybody too. So they must be doing a lot of sleeping.
Obviously, I didn't get the manual.
Yeah.
Sleeping. Yeah. I see what's up. Yeah.
That's what I need, a dab. A little dab will do me.
Would you like to hit the scalene?
I have some dab. I just
Yeah,
need somebody to prepare me.
It's all good. We got you.
Here's another interesting article I stumbled across in my sleep-deprived stupor. Driving high stats look good. There's going to be much to be said about this in the future. Since Colorado voters legalized marijuana in 2012, prohibition supporters have warned recreational marijuana will lead to a scourge of drugged drivers. Bad news. Especially on the state's roads, where they I'll talk about the ones that drive off-road. They often point out that when the state legalized medical marijuana in 2001, there was a surge in drivers found to have smoked pot. However, they don't say that they cause any problems, just the fact that they'd smoked pot. So, they also point to...
Did they also test them for Diet Pepsi?
I'm not... No, but they tested them for if they were aliens.
That'll make you drive.
They tested for mutation. They also point to studies showing that in other states that have legalized pot for medical purposes, we've seen an increase in the number of drivers testing positive for the drug who were involved in fatal car accidents. I don't know about that, because it comes from, wait for it, the anti-pot group, SAM.
Oh, of course. Who were they?
Recently pointed out that even after the first legal pot store opened in Washington state, the number of drivers in that state testing positive for pot jumped by a third. Who gives a fuck? Tested positive. That means nothing. You could pass positive weeks after you smoke pot. So it really means nothing.
It sticks in your fat cells.
Yeah.
And here we go.
Doesn't leave for
So
half-life. So.
the article goes on and talks about the problems is the fact that they can only test for the presence of marijuana metabolites, not for inebriation, and which is the truth.
Yeah.
And the fact that the metabolites can linger for a long time, depending, on your personal makeup, for up to a month. You can test positive for weed usually up to about a month, depending on how much you smoke and everything else. Anyways, but since the Colorado law took effect in January, the drug driver panic has only intensified. Hang on, let me get to the better part of this.
I would way rather get in the car with someone who's been smoking a joint than someone who's had a drink. Hands down, any day.
For sure.
Well, one of the things that happened, though, was the fact their fatalities and accident rates have declined 41% since legalization of recreational weed. 41% decline in traffic problems, in traffic fatalities is up. Which, two things. People are sitting around on the couch going, fuck it, I'm not going anywhere, man. I'm having a good buzz.
Order pizza.
Who wants to go drive down to, or maybe the dispensaries are like, they deliver. Yeah, we'll just phone it in and get the guy to drop it off. And pick up a pizza on the way,
Someone needs to do delivery.
Grab me a pizza, some rollies, and pick up a bag and a fat sack, and we're good to go. That's the way it should be. So, anyhow, that's good news.
Yes.
And actually, most tests, there's been a lot of testing, and they find that high drivers are more careful drivers. They're usually more focused on what the task they're doing.
Yeah, I can think of a lot of drivers who would probably drive a lot better if they were to smoke a joint first. Relax a little.
There's even been some
So
tests,
true.
and there's been some tests done that even show that talking on a phone causes more impairment than actually being high on weed, because
Than being drunk, actually.
because you're multitasking, and they find that in some cases really is, like, they've done this tests, and it can be more impairing than
Texting,
You know what?
texting driving is worse than drunk driving for the statistics.
Well,
When I
texting,
used-
but even just talking even a hands-free talking on the phone with like built-in system and everything. They say it's just the act of having a conversation takes your mind that much off what you're doing. You're driving.
In Ottawa, like whenever I would be walking around downtown when it was all the government workers leaving between 3 and 4 o'clock, I would almost get hit after every parking lot because they'd all be like half paying attention and like assuming the car in front of them was going and texting. And I lost track of how many times I'd like slap the hoods of people's car because they just were not paying attention at all. And
it must be even worse in Ottawa. All those guys on their phones straight out of the Parliament building, like.
And
Oh,
just
it's
because
terrible.
people are the worst with it when it's like light traffic. Because when they're waiting at the stop sign, that's when they have time to check, and then they're tapping the brake, and like that's when you almost hit a
Put your
pedestrian.
phones away, people.
Put your phones away. It's so not worth it. I don't want to die because you had to answer a text message.
I have actually seen when the cops are having stings on their crackdown or whatever, they have a little purge. And you've probably seen the news stories where cops will dress up like bums and they'll stand on the medians, where the guys are panhandling. But they'll hold a sign that'll say like small print written out, and you don't notice till you get real close that it says, "Oh, I'm checking. I'm a cop. Have a nice day. We're looking," or something. Or it'll say like, it won't ask for change. But he'll be standing there looking, and what he's doing is he's eyeballing to see who's on their phone, and then there's cops down the street. So you make the turn, and he's on this radio going, "Yeah, the blue Honda. Yeah, you were seen on your phone back there while you were waiting in the left turn lane at a red light. No, you're not supposed to be doing that." And that's how guys were getting dinged.
Distracted.
And I often thought of doing it myself one day and stand up there with my video camera and just record guys, and then go down to the cop shop and go, "Here, I'm gonna swear out a complaint right now."
Citizens arrest.
No,
In a
no,
way,
it's not arrest. I'm just
no.
swear out a complaint. You have video evidence, and I'm going to swear to it. And if I have to go to court to say yes, I took the video, and yes, I saw that's the guy in the video. Yeah, let's get some tickets.
Well, make the cops do their job for one.
That would be nice.
Well,
That would
that's
be nice
just
to see
it.
that
They talk
happen.
about it all the time, but they don't do enough.
Bye, Courtney. Bye.
See you, Courtney. Anyways, my boss will give me shit. Yeah, stop that. So, I tell you, they're crazy. Whoa, what's going on there? Get off, go away. King of the hill. What? Sell propane and propane accessories.
The chatters are talking about the new sophisticated computers at CSIS.
What?
What? Huh?
That's what they were debating, whether or not our internet troubles were related to nefarious government
attack by government
meddling.
clowns.
Yeah.
Government spies.
I doubt it. I think it's just that the people who have our servers now are completely incompetent. It's odd, though, because we did go for a long, long time without really any problems, and now we seem to be under some sort of crazy attack by hackers.
Apple's having issues, too. They released a new software, an update that's a piece of crap, and there was some warnings earlier today but there was problems today that they said iPhone and iPad people may be experiencing difficulties.
Yeah.
Can I get that Dabaroo?
Your dab's ready.
Talking's not important at all.
Your dab's ready.
We're just-
Mick, your dab's ready. Do you want like the
Dab takes precedence.
close-up cam?
Uh,
This dab?
Dab cam.
no, sure. Freestyle dab cam?
Freestyle dab.
No, I leave the big cam on. She'll fix me up. I don't know. Whatever. You're the producer. That's your job. Don't ask me that.
When he goes, do it, we'll do it.
Oh, I like this.
I like it. So
That's
Hey,
way cool.
yeah.
All right. No, it's okay. We're using the big cam. You should know. Megan, I mean, you guys should just know better. I'm always so full of shit. Melissa knows better. You've heard the way I talk to customers.
I've never used one of these scallions. I'm excited.
Smoking amnesia haze.
Ooh. Oh. The clarity of this
Kahuna
shutter is
Glass Art
just
Scallion.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Buyers downtown, downstairs at
Very
CannabisCultureHQ.com.
Yeah.
Here, do you want to say that into the microphone?
One more time. Oh, we're smoking amnesia haze, and it is chi concentrates, and it's super delicious.
And it's rockin' good time. Woo! That was yummy and fun and
Really
all kinds of
rockin'
good shit.
The bee's knees.
Oh, Carly, you put up this story.
Which story is
The one about the NDP plans for decrim would leave organized crime in control from the
Yes,
Georgia
it
Strait.
would.
Yeah. November 2001. That was a long time ago. Cash Heed stood before the Senate Special Committee on Illegal Drugs. Remember that one? Who was that? Pierre Nolan.
Yes.
The late Pierre Nolan. The guy's dead now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
A
so
conservative senator.
A conservative senator. Yeah, he headed up the
A good
that-
friend of the pot community. He spoke the truth and he was a conservative who wasn't afraid to speak the truth.
Well, it was before Harper's time. Before Harper was still his alliance. He was
The Canadian Fascist Party.
the Canadian. Oh yes, he was being the de fascisto,
Yeah.
el fascist,
Sorry, the Canadian Christian Fascist
Christian
Party.
fascist party. Christians for fascism.
Yes, yeah. The Canadian Alliance.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, Stockwell Day was right in there, too.
Probably somebody over there now is probably, damn it, we should have fucking snagged that before he said it.
Yeah.
But it pretty much makes for the exact same. What happened was, okay, so Cash Heat stood up and said it was de facto decriminalization, was just leaving organized crime in control of drugs. I mean, to turn around and say you're just going to write tickets, it's like, well, that means it's still illegal. And all you're really doing is a cash grab because it's easy to write tickets.
Yeah.
You know,
It's arguable that decrim helps the gangs eat way more because you make it legal for them to get away with making all the money, but you still allow them to make all the money.
Yes.
And you don't replace them. The most important part of getting rid of prohibition is making a system where you can actually get that pot in a safe way. You know, where you don't have to go to the street,
At
you don't have to
affordable
go to the
prices.
underground, you don't have to go to the black market to get it. And it's strange that
Well-
the NDP, who has claimed so long to be the scientific party, the ones who are actually looking at the science, the studies, in this case, they're completely off the rails.
but
So-
it's not even that part. How about the NDP that's supposed to be the workers' party? If you legalize, it creates jobs, protects workers,
Yeah.
and creates a market.
Yeah.
So it's like a huge labor, farming, small business. It takes all the things that the NDP was kind of built on and supports. It takes labor. And the little guy, the farmer and the small community guy. That's
Yeah, it
why
could be-
would you be?
It could be a socialist dream.
It's kind of like that, in fact, and the
Yeah.
fact that they're not like scoring all over that is like just. Well, again, it's because of ulterior motive. So and it shows a genuine. They genuinely do not want to work with this in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
All governments, no matter what they say about marijuana, when a push comes to shove, they are dragged kicking and screaming down the road that we have to bring them.
Yeah.
And they will not do what we want. So voting and the political, thank you. Thank you very much, Melissa. Voting and all that is really good, but I still feel that our best courses of action are through courts. Because really, well, two things. A, right now, the Justice Department, both federally and provincially in this country, is furious with the Conservative government because they've been manhandled over that Bill C-51. Judges are really pissed about it, and they've been opposing it. So that's, one major good thing on our side. But that's going to change soon, and I don't think like these. Again, when they had the debates the other day, what's their name? Justin and Tommy aren't. Why didn't they ask anything of Harper? You notice they didn't rake Harper over the coals about any of the things he's done to the country. No. They didn't bring up Duffy trial, the Senate reform. They didn't bring up the lake. Are
they trying to play nice or something? I don't get
They
it.
just redirect. They're jerking around with economic questions, and they don't talk about the environmental damages or selling out to China, like the FIPA or any of that, because they're going to keep those policies in place.
Yeah.
They aren't criticizing any of those things because they plan to do nothing about them.
Bingo. Yeah, and that's the only reason they're not.
And the same thing comes to the weed issue. When
the
it comes
other-
down to it now, they're all kind of, oh no, backstroke. Even Justin's stepping away from it slightly. They're kind of being more vague, and Nobody wants to make it an election issue. We can't, we try to force that, but we never. How do you force one of these guys to make this an election issue?
The reason that we're seeing it is because the polls are so close right now. It's showing them all at this neck-and-neck race, and that means that they're all judging by the polls now. They're all petrified, and they have to. All the minor little nuances matter.
They're scared of misstepping.
Yeah.
So what I'm curious though, I think now more than ever, what's really needed. We've talked quite a bit about this, how we're becoming more lobbyists these days than activists. It's like pot is going the way of legalization. We are coming up to regulations. The cities enacting everyone's going to start bringing in regulations. It's hard to bring in regulations on an illegal product. So now is a really good time to be forming associations and lobbyist groups and start lobbying the various political parties and the leaders and showing that we've got some money and some clout behind us and enough people supporting us that you guys address these issues, that these are economic policy issues, that this could bring. I mean, look at the Forbes article a few years ago calling it a $6 billion business in BC. Take away prohibition, it's probably still worth $2 billion. Okay, when you lower the price to take out the inflated prohibitionist prices, it's still a $2 billion a year industry in this province alone, not even the rest of the country.
I seriously doubt those prices will ever come down. A $25 eighth, you'll probably never get cheaper than that. That's been like that for how many years?
It would if they opened it up enough to the point where anybody who wants to grow wheat, like in a perfectly wide open legal thing, look, we're growing plants. So if it means you could grow plants in your backyard or in your farm, in your hobby farm, and go down to the Saturday to the farmer's market and sell your weed, you're going to make your own prices.
Well, it's all about supply and demand. So
it's all
if there's
about
enough supply,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's too. I mean, why not if, I live in, say, in Port Alberni. I'm sure there's more than a few people in local that I could buy. Why should I be able to get my weed from? Why should I have to go anywhere outside of my community, my little valley?
See, this is what we always say, but no matter what the scene has been, anywhere I've been, I've always seen my entire life $10 grams retail. $10 grams. Doesn't matter if it was like, shitty weed, expensive, nice weed. It's always $10 a gram retail and has been for how many years?
Well, mostly grams were sold like a street fucking thing to start with.
Well, we have 100 dispensaries in town. We have an oversaturated marijuana market where there's weed coming out of every fucking orifice in this town, and it's still $10 or more a gram at every dispensary. There's a little cheaper. Yeah, that's true. You're right. That's
seen lots
true.
of $5.
I guess there is some.
When I started buying pot, there was a thing called a nickel bag, and it was almost an eighth.
Yeah.
And that was $5.
But I would still say, even though you do have a couple scraggly looking $4 grams, if you want to get good weed at a dispensary, you're still paying prohibition prices.
Yeah, I know.
And sometimes more. There's you can get $4 grams, but you can get $14 grams there too.
Because we still have prohibition.
Right, we still have
prohibition. You take prohibition out of the equation, those prices come right down.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I hope so.
Well, because now you think the market's flooded
Shit's
now.
Pricey.
You think the market's flooded now? You take prohibition, you legalize it, the market will be even more flooded. The price will come down. It needs to come down to $2 a gram.
That'd be awesome.
So you get $2 a gram for average weed. Really good weed is $5 to $10. Yeah. And that's where you get that connoisseur stuff. The same as some champagne is $100 a bottle, and otherwise you can get $10 bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And we should have choice.
But booze is still pretty expensive for the price
that it
because
there's taxes. The taxes on liquor.
So it's another form of prohibition.
Right. There's the taxes. But I mean, no. But I would think that in an actual legal market, then we would have room for like those. You've seen those pictures of those leaf rolled weed cigar thing. Yeah. Like how much? Those got to be worth $25 a piece at least. I mean, you know what I mean? Like. It's like getting a Havana, It's the same thing in cigars. Even there's another example, even closer to the weed example, right? Is the cigar aficionado, right?
You can get cheap ones, or you can get expensive.
All kinds of that. So there's a whole culture behind the smoking of cigars.
Yes.
Well, why shouldn't there be that same in the cannabis? Because there sure as hell is the interest.
Yeah.
I'd be all for joining a club where I could go and smoke exotic cannabis and in cool cigar forms and sit around and talk
You
about
should start that club.
harumph a lot and drink tea, have scotch and whatever. Private club. That'd be fun.
Yeah, those weed cigars look cool.
Yeah. Oh, I want one of those bad.
Yeah.
I really hope. I want to get my hands on one of those.
Yeah, me too.
Smoke one on the show. Yeah.
Arr, bite it everyone.
Gonna get a top hat. Look like nice guy.
Aren't you supposed to bite your cigars? Really? Like, people use a clipper, but it's better to bite them. Are you a
Chew 'em.
cigar smoker, Mick?
No.
I know nothing about cigars. So.
No, I do know a little bit about cigars. Actually, there was a cigar place in Victoria down near the Johnson Street Bridge that I used to go, and they had the big leather wingback chairs. You could get a cigar and go in there and sit in there and check. They had the humidor, a walk-in humidor. You could go in and check out cigars in there, and that was cool. Also, there was a smoke shop on Government Street, right by Murchie's Tea, that was the last public store in Canada that you could smoke in. Did you know that? The last place you could legally smoke in Canada was a store in Victoria on Government Street.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a smoke shop. It's still there. And it's a really old building. And they even have these little like marble pillars in it in the middle of the store with these little brass things that came out that used to have like a little gas light that was constantly burning. So you could get your cigar and then go over to the pillar and light it. It was cool. But even after the anti-smoking laws, they kind of were able to keep it for a short bit and then what? What's going on? Oh. Did I miss something?
No, skin me water.
All right. Anyhow. Okay. What else? It's 5 o'clock. Must be the 5 o'clock water.
Yeah.
Not to be confused with the 8 o'clock coffee. All right. Yes. The other thing that's going on is iToken Public. iToken Public. That's right. Some time ago, I just because I was bored and had nothing better to do, I was taking a selfie, I believe at the ferry or on the ferry, and I was smoking weed, so I took the selfie and I hashtagged it iToken Public, and I threw it up on Instagram. Anyways, I've been doing that for a while.
Yeah.
It's turning out that we are going to try to make this a bigger protest. And we want to make this sort of nationwide, as big as we can.
Yeah.
And so as we've been talking about, the need for vapor lounges and places to smoke weed and how we have to start making, pushing for lobby groups and associations so that we can lobby government and political parties to, reflect our interests and bring proper regulations with legalization that are going to work for everybody. So the idea is, people are already taking selfies all the time. Everybody's pretty familiar with hashtags. And there's no shortage of people doing selfies, taking selfies, smoking weed.
Yeah.
And little videos and stuff. Instagram's full of chicks doing it. And, gee. Carly's hourly.
I try to do one a day.
Hourly.
At least.
At least one a
At
day.
least one a day.
And Megan's she's the hourly one.
Yeah,
Megan is
I'm a bit of an
dedicated.
hourly one. Yeah.
Yeah, half a dozen a day. Heavy smoker. There she is. Perfect. So, so we're hoping that we can get more people to do that and upload these to like Twitter and Instagram. And to kick it up one more notch, for instance, here in Vancouver, on Twitter, I always like to put at Mayor Gregor and at Van City Council and at Van City Clerk. So if a whole whack of people just here in Vancouver started doing that, and all of a sudden, imagine the mayor or Gregor gets on his thing and checks his Twitter account, and there's just a whole ton of notifications. Oh, And they're all pictures of people standing around Vancouver smoking weed, selfies of people smoking weed. I token public.
Yeah. I
Do
like
it.
So feel free, use that up. I don't own it. We're just promoting it, and I want everyone to start using it if you can. Or I don't know. It should be fun. All over Canada would be cool, because that just shows we could go viral with that, and then it just if we can get that on the mainstream news. Oh Christ! Everybody's take to the streets, smoke your weed.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, especially in light of the fact that they're trying to take away our vapor lounges and things like that.
Well, like I say, some places do, some places don't. But having people considering cities, municipalities looking at regulations, they shouldn't be thinking of taking out vapor lounges. They should say, oh no, if we're going to bring in regulations, the first thing we should do is say, yes, we're accepting applications for people to open vapor lounges so that we can have a structured place for people to go and smoke. Or
Safe.
they're going to smoke in the street. They're going to smoke anyways. It's just like safe injection places. It's the same thing. We don't need it for the same reason, but just for the fact of not offending others, so everybody can have space to do as they would like to do and practice what they want.
I had a couple Americans come into the lounge the other night, and I got in a big conversation with them about the exact same thing and how they didn't know about Insight, and I explained Insight to them, and then I explained how we are kind of seen as harm reduction within the community. What are you going to do? Send all these people out on the street? Because that's what's going to happen, and that's exactly what your protest is about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Insight just came up out of the fact that people were on the street and we were having like 1 or 2 deaths in alleyways a day due to overdoses. Or if they weren't dead, they were, being rescued, being found near death and rescued with a Narcan drug that they stab in your chest, I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
some sort of, it stops the...
It's like an adrenaline type
yeah.
of thing that also arrests the effects of the heroin. It's like a heroin antidote or something.
But it's like we have to deal with greening out here too, and it's like you have to know how to deal with that.
Yeah, usually citrus,
And yeah, having
Yeah.
somebody that knows how to deal with it, and you don't have to go to the hospital. You don't, we will take you, we will deal with you, and
Yeah.
that's what we need. We need vapor lounges with people that know what they're doing. If people overconsume.
Yeah, if you have overconsumed cannabis, one of the best things you can do is like eat an orange or get some
Yeah,
or drink
orange juice,
or orange
yeah, that's
juice.
great.
Get some citrus in you because you need the electrolytes or Gatorade.
Yeah, Gatorade's
you
another
need the
great one.
electrolytes is what it is.
You don't want to do like...
You'll feel much
sugar.
better quicker if you get some. If you raise your electrolytes quick, get some of them in you. That's what it boils. And that's usually what it is your electrolytes are killing off. You're down. You're low. It's dehydration, and so you need to jump back. Yeah. So we should watch another. Oh, let's watch a movie, since we were talking about. Oh, I don't even know how to set this one up. What's the drawing illusions? So it's. Trust me, if it may look perverted, but it's not. Your mind. But these are illusions. So enjoy the illusion. Whoa, hey, and we're back. Yo.
We got distracted by the drawings.
God, yeah. Everybody's like, what? What was that? I thought that was pretty damn funny.
I liked it. I can't unsee what I've seen though, so
No, you can't unsee that.
I just keep seeing the dirty parts.
I thought it was hilarious, actually. I was watching this. Had to share. Oh, yeah. Oh, here's something interesting. That's true. Yes, another one has bitten the dust. Smell you later, James Moore, you piece of shit. And, yes, it's true. James Moore. It's just so funny. You know, this is Jeremiah. I was wondering if we had any info on this.
What's that?
The fact that has ever before we had so many ministers, like actual with portfolio, quit during an election, or even or just leading up to an election. All of the top conservative ministers have quit.
It does happen sometimes where when you come up to an election and it's getting closer to that time, people jump ship because they don't want to be there for what happens during the election.
Yeah, it's got to be off.
Yeah, we have all of a sudden music blasting.
Yeah.
But I think in this particular case, it does seem like there were more than usual for the conservative clicking soldiers, for that many of them to jump ship, meant something nasty was probably going down. They don't want to drown with this, current crew.
They don't want to be attached to the sinking ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, so I'm reading this little bit of an article about it, and the last paragraph, Moore has long been rumored to have leadership aspirations, and some in Harper's inner circle consider him a potential successor to the Prime Minister, and he has not ruled out a return to politics at a later date. So he's just like, I'm out now, I'm not running, and,
Who knows what?
Wow. I think he's pretty much knows that even if he ran, he wouldn't win his seat, so why bother? Come back as a later date, make a run as for leadership, could come back and lead the party to a victory. Who knows, right? So that's what he's thinking.
I'm scared that the Conservatives are going to be the next government again, because look at the polls. They're showing the Conservatives way, way too high. I just can't it's unbelievable to me how these guys, nothing sticks. They're in court, and still the Canadian people are going to go. And you know what? Part of it is that the media convinces people that the economy, you mentioned earlier that the people only seem to care about the economy, and that's all they're talking about.
Yeah, they're really
focused.
Hyper-focused on the economy.
The newspapers only talk about that. Yeah. And that's because that's that propaganda drum they keep beating for the Conservatives, as if the Conservatives are any better for the economy than anybody else. It's ludicrous. The Conservatives have spent more money than any other party.
Yeah, and I know. And that's the thing. They're not focusing all the little things. They try to just gloss over with just, economy buzzword.
Yeah. That's a creation of the media, that this focus is so heavily on the economy all the time.
Well, I posted a picture that was taken from a recent Harper campaign stop in Windsor, Ontario. And it showed a whole bunch of people getting up at the end and heading to the exits because I guess it was at the end. And thank you very much for coming, everybody. And everybody got up to go. I mean, there's not a single person in the crowd that's under 60. Yeah. It was all a bunch of old, white-haired, cranky old fucking people and I'm like, oh yeah, do we want to allow these people to choose our next government? I don't think so. But, judging by previous performances, 50% show up to vote of the eligible voters. We're fucked. Yeah. That's the problem. And because it is split so close now. But I honestly don't think anybody's going to get a majority government. I can't. Not the way it's too close. Nobody's getting a majority.
That's a good thing, though. I think that's a good thing.
Oh, I definitely think it's a good thing. Because, it means that whoever does get in can't abuse the powers as well, because we'll be right back. Look, how many times did Harper get called back to the polls during his recent government? What, 3 times? Proroguing and...
Oh, yeah.
All the... and a non-confident vote and
he sure
contempt
rules with an
of Parliament.
Yeah, and I can't believe he's still there either. The party hasn't been able to rid themselves of him, but he's like the Führer. It's hard to get rid of that guy. The brand is so Harper. You know, the conservative brand is all Harper.
It's the Harper government. They wanted to call it that. Yeah. I mean, they just got criticized. So it's interesting to see, though. I mean, who's he? He can't even put up a team of veterans because they all quit. They've all left. So you're coming out with a whole bunch of nobodies, right? Running to fill those vacant positions where there was like high profile conservatives. Now, who are you going to put in their place? These backbenchers?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, that's how Harper likes it, though. He likes nobody with any power to.
And why doesn't Trudeau or Mulcair focus on the fact that all the Harper's hand-picked appointed senators and all his hand-picked people that are up on criminal charges? Yeah. Why does nobody make or the media making that distinction? Like, everybody you hand-picked is on criminal charges. That says something for your judgment.
Yeah, I
Nobody's
would say
This
so.
is the guy you think's best for the economy? Who handpicks criminals?
Yeah. He's not
And he
the
keeps
best for
going,
anything.
I didn't know.
Well,
I didn't know.
Controlling
Come on.
fucker like him doesn't know?
Yeah, either he's
right.
completely incompetent because nobody told his party's incompetent and everybody around him is idiots, including him.
And there's no shortage
Or
Those
of
people-
articles
He
about
knew.
he's got a reputation, a well-known reputation of having a really, really bad temper.
Yeah.
You're telling me that he hasn't flown off the handles with his bad temper, and I want to know. Of course he has. That would be exactly what he would do. He wanted to, and the Prime Minister's office, man, they're calling all the shots. Come on. He gets his information delivered directly from the PMO, and you don't do nothing unless the PMO says so. The Harper tells the PMO tells you. That's why, and then he can just sit and say, I didn't know, it's my office. Yeah. There's that insulating factor right there.
His people were handpicked for exactly the reasons that they are on trial.
And
He
Bruce,
picked them because they would do those things and help him that way. So
Bruce Carson's just came up. His trial just started. Nobody's talking about that in the fucking media. Bruce Carson, and him. Another handpicked Harper advisor. No. Up on all criminal charges. Not, minor misdemeanor. I have a parking ticket. I
And
didn't
it's
pay
so
my
many-
speeding ticket charges. No, criminal charges.
the charges that you're seeing are like varying from everything to like the Duffy scandal to like somebody kidnapping their kids and running away to the Middle
Peeing in
East and then to
drinks,
peeing in a
craft,
cup. You know what I mean?
theft.
It's like it's all over the map. It's like where are you
Misappropriation of
finding these
funds,
people?
influence
Scumbags.
peddling.
Yeah. And Ral Gash in the chat said, the media is owned by the conservatives. Then it's true that
Who, what?
the media is
Oh,
owned.
yeah.
The people who
Sucks.
own our media are unfortunately friends of Harper and those guys.
Yeah.
We only have in Canada. We have I think it's the most conglomerated media of any industrialized nation. So the fewest owners own the most of the media.
Yeah.
I got news for you, buddy. If I ever won like $30-something million lottery, like one of those big ones, I think I would secretly have a whole bunch of brokers, as quietly as possible, look at some media company that's like having difficulties, and just form up a company and say, here's it is, guys. Your job is to buy up every freaking share you can get your hands on as quietly and quickly as possible until we have a majority shares. And then we go in there and cause the worst pile of shit you ever saw. We will change the media. I've been having this conversation constantly lately with a lot of people, just recently too, about the media. You can watch the 6 o'clock news. Everybody is telling the exact same story, and you'd almost swear it's written by the same person. It is so identical. So these guys are repeaters. They're not reporters. And wait a minute. The other side of that coin is, why are all of those guys covering the exact same stories? What, there's nothing else going on? Global went down to go cover the transformer that blew up downtown. What, do we all have to run down and do the same thing? There's nothing else. Well, why don't we okay, well, let's find something else, and we'll see who's got the better shit at the end of the day, who's going to watch more. That's the way but it doesn't work that way. It's like everybody just does the same thing and
the
says
echo
the
chamber.
same shit.
Yeah.
That's
Different
bullshit.
channels, different people.
Yeah,
It's just, I mean, you know, and it's all about, oh, well, I like watching that guy better because I like his hair. Or I want to watch that girl because she's like more like a mom and I appeals to the moms or something. You know, like, it's not even, that's how it's based, though.
basic.
It's not news anymore. No. It's bullshit. This propaganda is being spilled out, and then they have exactly what commercials they want to put on at those certain times, too. It's like, depending what it is, right?
Yeah. People need to go to reliable, independent media for their information.
Most people do.
They should.
Doesn't somebody
If you don't
start a
do it-
Kickstarter campaign to like, you know, the next time a media company goes on sale, like somebody's selling off a part of like Sun News, for instance, or something, we should start a Kickstarter campaign, and then we could all Canadians could pitch in to buy it, and we could buy it back.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Or like-
Well, that's what I'm talking about. If I
Yeah,
win big
let's
money
get
in
a
the lottery,
Kickstarter
I said we
campaign
should
to
just
buy
buy
them.
up shares in companies and just like say, hey, we now
We could
go,
start
then you
a
go-
we could start a station like UHF, the Weird Al movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember
I
that
remember that
with
movie.
Stanley Spadowski, the janitor,
I
played
remember
by
the movie.
Michael Richards, Kramer.
Yeah.
Yeah, with all kinds of Conan the Librarian and things like that. Those kind of shows.
Stuff like we do now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, stuff like we do now. Oh, are you gonna like that joint here?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, RT. Sleeping Giant 69 said Young Turks Online or RT. Yeah, I love the Young Turks. And RT is Russia Television.
Russia, that's Russia. Yeah,
You know,
television.
they have a lot of really great programming there. But then all of a sudden, once in a while, you'll see some really like hardcore Russian propaganda too.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird. That one's kind of funny.
I would say another.
But the Young Turks, yeah, for sure. That's
Another-
I like the Young Turks. They're awesome.
Yeah.
It's also really important, even if it does takes that extra time, to look at like at least 2 articles to at least get like some idea of like
The print
multiple
side's important
perspectives.
because
Yeah.
you can't get the full picture by hearing some guy spout it off for 5 seconds.
No.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
if
you
they fit
can't.
it between
You
2
know.
commercial
Jody
breaks.
Emery.
Hi,
Hey,
Jody.
Jody.
Hi, Judy. Thank you. We're just sparking up.
We're just
joint.
sparking a joint. Come sit.
Yeah, you should.
Come on in. And I'd like to point out though, and a good thing is that
Thank you.
over 50% of people have cut the cable now. Yeah, they're off cable television, you know, and people are. And the majority of people now, I think it's almost 60% get their news from the internet, and or at least, and I think it's even higher of people who are actually getting both. Like they have, and they judge that by people who have subscriptions, like internet in the house plus cable TV, or those like myself who just have internet but no cable.
Yeah.
So I think they can try to take it from those stats.
Cable has a weird addictive quality. I don't know if this is on it. It might be on the internet part, but just saying that cable, I have cable at home. I still pay for it.
And it has an
It's kinda
addictive quality,
stupid.
it does.
But you can really start to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Although I binge watched a Netflix series the other 2 nights. And
Which
I'm
one?
Like, this is how. It's called The Paradise. It's a BBC drama.
Okay, all right. No,
it's
no.
a costume drama.
I
It's about
should
the
have said,
first-
was it
It's
Narcos?
actually, no,
all
it's
I
actually the first. It was about the first department store in England back in 16 or something.
What? That's cool.
1800s, and it's got a lot of neat retail.
Oh, but it's shoes.
Women's lingerie.
It's like Downton Abbey set in a department store.
That's
Yes, it is.
hilarious.
All
Anyways,
right.
but
British
point
ladies.
is, Netflix, the convenience of uninterrupted.
That's what I
episode
have.
after episode. And like it doesn't even let you have a break. It's like it's playing in 10 seconds.
Oh yeah, you got to be
No,
quick to get
it's-
that. Go back to browse.
Honestly, I wish that it would take longer before it would ask me continue. I wish that there was a way I could just tell it to keep going. I wish I could binge watch easier. I love binge watching. I'm such a TV person. I like to have the TV on a lot of the time. Like, I don't really like silence. Even when I'm working and
Background
stuff, I
noise.
like to have background noise. Yeah. So I like shows that I can binge watch, shows that are, like, kind of funny, like
Yeah,
maybe...
but if you
Yeah, I
if you
like
don't
it.
have silence, you won't know when you've heard nothing.
Yeah.
Then you could have to go investigate, and you would realize you're right. There was nothing.
I saw, you know, the guy who makes Mad Men, Matthew Weiner, I believe his name is.
Uh-huh.
Unfortunate last name. But he was talking about how he wished that Netflix would actually pace the episodes rather than releasing them all at once, because it takes away that sort of anticipation factor that we used to have with shows. You know, you'd lead up at the end of the show, one show would lead into another, and you'd always be waiting for the next one, like,
but you know,
long, you were
and
thinking
on that
about
note, like, for instance, like, I started this quite a while ago, actually, with weeds, where I got people say, "Oh shit, it was last night." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I had something to do, or I forgot, or I was tired. I didn't watch it." So I'd be like, "Oh yeah." So I started just buying the DVDs.
Yes.
And I would literally get the DVD, marathon, catch up, catch you next year. And I would just wait. I wouldn't care.
DVD
it was
box
so
sets.
became a yearly anticipation of waiting for that.
Yes.
I didn't mind weekly, but at least still I didn't mind because I got to watch it on my time, not on theirs, and commercial free.
See, my parents cut the cable when I was like 6 because it just wasn't worth it. We had like bunny ears, like less than basic cable. And so when the DVD started coming out and it was easier to get the shows, we loved that. And then when Netflix happened, it was just like,
Did you ever
Best
get
thing that
stuck
ever
like
happened.
holding the aerial?
Oh
right
my
there,
god!
yeah.
The amount of times we'd have like
I
my
used to do
dad
that
on the
out the
roof with
window.
the walkie-talkie, and we would like have him moving the satellite down. While we're moving the satellite that's on top
Wow.
of the TV, it was
Even I
it
never
was
had it that rough.
embarrassing.
When I
It
was a kid,
embarrassing.
out of my window, we had to grab a pole that my dad had set up and turn the pole one way or another so that the antenna would
The
be
antenna would-
facing in the
yeah,
right
yeah.
direction
Where did you guys
out
live?
the window.
Viewers,
we
this
didn't have
isn't the
cable
Canada
either.
I knew.
We had one of those too, actually.
I
We
have
had
a
the
question for you,
directional
though.
aerial. Yes.
About TV series, because here's where Mark and I differ, is that if I'm going to watch a new TV show where there's a lot of episodes, and especially one that's important or big or popular, I'm only going to want to watch it from the first episode. I cannot jump into the middle of a series and be like, what's going on? Who's this? No. Are you a purist? Like, is that purist? I don't know what the word would be. Are you from beginning to ender?
I would, yes.
You know what
I
I mean?
would rather wait and go back and want to watch
See
it
it from
from
the
the
beginning.
beginning. I don't need to jump in.
My-
If I do
I
kind
don't
of catch
enjoy
it in
the
the middle,
middle.
I'll go, wow, what's this? Now I'm interested. Oh, okay, good enough. Now I'm going to go back
Yeah,
and find
see?
it from the beginning and
I'm the
start.
kind of
Like I did
person-
with Game of Thrones. First time I said, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I got to go check
Well,
this out. But
in
I
that
went
show,
back
it
and
really
bought
matters, though. You see, some shows it doesn't really matter. Like if you watch an episode of I Love Lucy, for instance, it doesn't
So
really
that's different.
matter.
So I'm talking like, Mad Men
That
or
wouldn't
something.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah, sitcoms are different, but no. But I'm
Like
talking about like a
Breaking Bad.
series.
You
Yeah,
have to watch
I think
that from the
Jody's
beginning.
referring to series.
Yeah, like
Personally,
those ones. Yeah, you got to
my
go from the
preference-
beginning. Huh?
My preference with TVs and movies would to not be seeing a trailer, to not know anything about it, to just hear the title and people whose opinions I trust say, watch it, and go into it completely like blind and then just be surprised. That's my favorite way.
Yeah, she
The
doesn't
less
like
I
me
can
telling
have
her.
learned about a
She doesn't like
movie, the
hearing us
better.
watching trailers or.
Yeah,
I
even
got
if I've seen a
into,
movie already, I can't watch it halfway through.
I started watching Boardwalk Empire that way.
That's good.
I was in the store and I looked at it and I went,
Interesting cover.
and well, I read the back and I went,
Did you- are you
alcohol
looking-
prohibition? Because I studied it intensely. I know like a lot about
So, but
that.
it was the packaging, because that's also another thing, is the packaging or the book cover, even though it's not a book, but like the cover, the way that the packaging is designed. Did that grab your eye? Because I also like Boardwalk Empire because it looked cool. Like the
It
style
was
meant this would be.
cool, and I like, but I also like period stuff.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's,
why the
kind of
paradise,
part of it was
you
the
know, is the
period, like,
image.
oh, it's a period thing, and what's his name? The actor is I really like too.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi.
Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi
Wow.
is Steve Buscemi in that is so good in that. But by the way, you know the shoes?
His shoes, yeah.
At the beginning?
Yeah, he's got
I
a
got
classy
them.
pair.
I've got them.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
own
do.
those
Yeah.
shoes.
You like, what's his, hold on.
I just
his name
bought
is Lucky-
those
it's not
shoes.
Lucky.
John Flufogs. I bought
What's his name in that again? Lucky? No.
Buscemi's name.
Yeah, the character's name.
It's
been a while since I watched that
Yeah,
show,
he's
but
got.
that's
I
a-
haven't.
Damn
yeah,
it. What's that
I
name?
This
forget.
has been a hilarious show today. Yeah.
I was
It's
hanging
more
out
like a
with
living
Dana.
room conversation.
There's
I'm
that.
sorry.
It's a
I
what?
was hanging out with Dana Larson
It's more like a
upstairs,
what?
and he rolls these really, really big, cashy.
Massive
Yeah, I'm sorry I came and interrupted with.
No, it was not at all. We're just.
okay, TV talk.
This
We're
is
good.
show on the go today, so you're staying with the
Oh,
theme.
Sweet. All
It's-
right.
we're
So I
staying
guess
totally
we'll go
on theme today.
We could go on to like
Highly
the topic.
unusual.
I'm sorry.
Highly unusual for this show to be on theme.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, something's wrong.
The theme has to be off theme, and that's the theme, and then we're on theme.
Well said.
Okay, and that disclaimer brought to you by 3 Happy Cats, your perfect provider.
Perfect. I get it.
Oh my God, Jody, I love you so much.
Sound effects. We need the rim shot, please.
Cylinder.
Yes.
Just clued in.
I will say, though, we've had to kind of temporarily postpone the giveaways. Yes, we've postponed the giveaways, but just temporarily. We'll probably start something soon. We're waiting to see, probably after the election. We're kind of waiting to see where the chips are going to fall. Also, I'm pretty sure we'll soon be finding out about the Allard decision. That should be coming out soon. Well, I've been hearing rumors that, that won't be too much longer. We should be hearing something about that.
Hope so.
I'm curious to see, though, are they bringing it out during the campaign or after? That may have something to do with it, too. I wonder if anyone's sitting on that one, you know.
And Phelan hasn't made his decision about the the secondary part of the injunction where Conroy was arguing for an extension of certain aspects of it. Remember the broadening of the injunction. Yeah. Phelan hasn't made a decision on that yet, has he?
I don't believe so.
No.
And also there's Kirk was just arguing about but it only affects a couple individuals about these high dosage or high rates that they had, these high prescription rates.
Yeah. Well, the amount they were allowed to carry.
Yeah,
as well.
their amounts. So he was arguing about that, and I think was successful. Or I don't know if if he got a decision back yet, but he was in court recently.
I wasn't aware that there was a decision made on that aspect of it, but
maybe not. He was just in court arguing about it, though. I thought he said he was successful in that. I don't know. There was some.
We'll figure that out.
Tweets. As we hear, we'll let you know.
I'm good.
Okay.
Do you know? I'm just floating. I'm like a drifting bobblehead right now.
Drifting bobblehead, Jody.
Yeah.
Yes. We should have Pot TV bobbleheads. You know that?
Oh my God, no. I do not want to see myself as a bobblehead.
Hey, that's actually fun and cute, actually.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I would rather, can I be a Barbie
Isn't
instead?
bobblehead
I want to be a
makers out there?
Barbie. That's what I want to be.
Bobblehead.
Interesting.
Look like Barbie,
Now
smoke
the
like
show's
Marley.
really going down.
What about one of those trolls with the funny hair and everything?
Hey, no.
Megan's can be green.
Yeah, okay, that works. For all the girls with the cool hair color, we could do that. All the lounge girls with their funky hair.
That's for the trolls in the chat.
Yeah.
Pod TV trolls.
Oh, that's right. Like Romulan, where are you guys?
All right.
Even Jody knows the trolls.
Oh, he just sends emails once in a while.
Okay.
Weird.
Well, before we go any further now, we're getting into the trolls. Let's burn stuff.
Oh, like
That's what we should do.
what?
We have a video.
Like marijuana
We're
trees?
gonna show you how to light your joint
Nice.
with the sun
Oh, good.
and melt things like cement and metal.
Whoa.
Sounds like
And
superpowers.
yeah, check this stuff. 2,000 degree Fahrenheit solar power magnifying glass that burns everything to the cinders. Quickly, watch.
Cool.
In a previous project, I found a free TV and turned it into a giant solar scorcher. This shoots out a deadly beam of sunlight that's hot enough to abuse food, melt metal, and burn things you probably shouldn't. Today seemed like a good day to play with my solar scorcher. I positioned my frame and found the focal point, then added some concrete tiles as a base for my projects. Okay, I've got power, and I'll test it out with this piece of wood, and when the light makes contact, I've got instant fire. The sunlight at this spot is around 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, enough to melt this spot of concrete into a glowing orange liquid. I'm curious to see what I can do with all this heat, so I filled a glass bottle with water, and I'll punch a hole in the cap. It's incredible to see that the instant I focus my lens on the bottle, it starts smoking. Just a few moments later, this water is so hot it's boiling, and I'm a little nervous the bottle might blow. Yep, there it goes. The glass pieces are melting and that's cool, but now I want to try this on some food. I'll get some hot dogs, and when they hit the beam, they really do get hot. This might be a little well done for my taste, and I'm still hungry, so let's try an egg. The egg is actually working very well. It's so reflective it doesn't burn as fast, and even my wife is interested. A little salt and pepper, and it's tempting to try a bite. Okay, so I wasn't actually expecting to eat this, but it looks safe enough, and even my kids are anxious to try. Surprisingly, it's pretty good. Alright, let's see what else this will do. I'll try burning a penny, and wow, it melted. How about a stack of pennies? Yep, they're nothing but liquid metal now, and I'm thinking that slag in the mixture must be what's left of the copper coating. It's only taking about 4 seconds to melt these, and melting metal is really great, but now I want to see something burst. I wonder what would happen to this egg. It's spewing some kind of debris and smoking like crazy. I hear some little pops, and it's even forming some interesting growths. Oh, look at that. But no explosion. How about if I put a pop top on this bottle of water and let the pressure build up? Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Let's do that again. The lid is back on and pressure is building. Awesome. Alright, the sun is setting and I've readjusted my A-frame. I'm just wondering if this would ignite gasoline. It does. Hopefully it goes without saying that this is very dangerous and you shouldn't try this at home. Well, I'm convinced there's an insane amount of power behind these lenses. If you'd like to see where I got this one, take a look at my video on how I hacked it out of an old TV. This one boiled water in less than a minute, welded a nickel to concrete, and instantly torched any piece of wood in its way. Well, that was fun, but I'm still hungry, so I'll put everything away and go get some real home cooking. That's it for now. If you like this project, perhaps you'll like some of my others. Check them out at thekingofrandom.com.
You're back.
Hello.
Grab your microphone.
Hello. Lots of bong rips today.
You have glasses on.
How's everyone doing in the chat today?
Now I'm back.
Who's in the chat today?
28 Dabs, Resin
Hey,
Girl,
28 Dabs.
28 Dabs.
Archer. Who else we got? Hold on a sec here.
Archer. On the case.
Yeah. Ralgash. Whizzer.
Oh, great.
Sleeping Giant 69. Others.
Hello, everyone.
No,
Love
I'm
you
kidding.
all.
Hey,
Dabs
no.
later was LOLing at you, Carly.
Well, I want to thank you,
About your
everyone,
Barbie
for tuning in today. And you people are all the smart people because you all figured out to go to livestream.com and watch. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. We let them know, Jody. Then we asked them all to go to Facebook and stuff and actually share that up so that people could come back and tune in and get on.
Tech stuff. It's such a struggle.
I was complaining to them about iWeb.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
Hopefully that'll be resolved soon. If not, we'll be on a new server somewhere.
Yeah. we'll
That's
have to
it.
get some-
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's another thing. Gotta buy another lottery ticket. That's
It's also Mercury retrograde, so you know.
All machines are breaking down.
Everything.
Yep.
Technology, not a good time.
And what else going on? Oh, tomorrow, big deal. I take possession of my new place.
No. Moving in the city. Your own
I'm
home.
a happy camper.
Nice goal.
Awesome.
We'll be broadcasting some stuff out of that location too.
We
right?
will actually be broadcasting from that location on occasion.
Occasion.
Did I
On
just say
occasion.
that?
Location on the-
Occasion on occasion. That works.
Location on occasion.
That's awesome.
There you go. Okay. Don't ask me how I got up that one. And and I'm moving on Friday. So next Monday, we are having a show, but it's not here in the lounge. It's from a secret location. That's the occasion.
Ah.
So
Secret. I'm so
hopefully
excited.
you can tune into. Well, I guess I'm going to just send you the live stream next week, anyways. Right? I think would probably be best. Yes.
Well, yeah. But Pod TV will be back up by then.
Well, if it's not, go to Livestream,
Yeah.
our Livestream channel, and where you are now. And you'll be able to watch the show, the special show from the super secret, undisclosed, private location.
Yep. We actually don't even know where it is. They actually put bags over our head and took us there. So we actually have no idea where it's shot.
No, we
It's
don't
going to
know
be
where
shot.
we're going.
That's right.
No, it's going
We
to be
have no
live.
idea.
No, we get taken that way.
Yeah.
Where were
That's
you?
how we always
Were you
transport
bagged
our
up
talent.
somewhere
We're
else?
going to. No, we're going to. We are
What
going to be
happened?
completely
That
unaware.
was just me. Yeah.
We're going to be completely unaware of where we're going. We have no idea.
Yeah.
No, we don't even know where it is. It's not
No,
secret.
I was told we're just like, you have to get in the back of like a van that's got no windows and shit, and we're going to be driven there.
This sounds
That's what I was
very
told.
interesting.
Sounds safe, right? Legit.
Oh,
That's
wow.
what I was told. So I think it's probably going to be like maybe a big grow or something. Who knows?
Oh, God.
Could be.
Could
That's
be.
apparently
Speaking of
we're being
growing.
transported. No, I don't think they're going to put bags on our heads.
Who knows?
We're going in
I
the
was
back
told
of
we
a
were gonna be
van.
Completely unaware. Back of a van. That I don't know if that's much better.
Is this the season people usually buy seeds, or do people buy seeds all the time?
People buy seeds all the time because they're especially for indoor growers. And actually now, a lot of guys I used to kind of downsize or even shut down in the summer.
Yeah.
To take a break. Sometimes it's upgrading equipment, getting the rooms all cleaned up, and
times.
because also you struggle with temperature because if you're having a hot summer, it's hard to
Can be
keep.
tough.
I mean, when it's 90 degrees outside, even if you're running, I used to run air-cooled lights. Well, it's hard to cool the lights when the air I'm bringing in is already
Oh
hot.
my, yeah.
You see what I mean? You know what I mean? Like,
Jeez.
how do you cool the light off?
All right. Well.
Right, you see, so a lot of people like kind
That's
of
the
break a
struggle.
bit, but come now, everybody's getting flashed up because the wintertime, your ass is chained to the basement.
All right. Well, then I'm just thinking that seeds. You know, I feel bad for Vancouver Seed Bank here in town because they have been issued notice that they are being considered like a dispensary, which means the regulations apply to them, which means they might have to shut down or move, and it's all sorts of nonsense.
That's
And
bullshit.
people are struggling. And Vancouver Seed Bank has been operating for a very long time. When Mark was shut down in 2005, Vancouver Seed Bank was started up by fellow activists to make sure that the movement got money and the people got their seeds. But right now they're being threatened with closure. So I don't know. I'm just thinking if people want to help Vancouver Seed Bank, if I can make a little plug, I'm not my company or anything, but if it's that time of year and, you know, plants are beautiful things, and now is the time to keep growing when people are being told not to. So go and get your
Yeah.
seeds. And if you go to the Cannabis Culture Headquarters, Vancouver Seed Bank, look that up, and you'll find a way to check it out.
Or just go to cannabisculture.com and click on seeds on the front page. That should
Even
take you to the
easier.
VSB thing.
Oh, thanks, Jeremiah. That's awesome.
Yeah, and
Plant the seeds of
we love
freedom
those
to
guys at
overgrow the
VSB.
government and say fuck Harper. It's all kind of one package.
and go to cannabisculturehq.com and you can order your Fuck Harper shirts. They're still in stock. Well, Carly, would you tell us? Carly, you're in charge.
We do.
That's your department.
It is now. Yeah, we have a variety of sizes and colors. We might not have both colors in all sizes, but there should be a shirt there that fits you.
And there's women's shirts, but most of those
is.
are gone now, though.
Yeah, there's some white women's shirts, but yeah, they're selling quickly. So if you want yours,
I like the way the ladies are like representing. Fuck Harper.
Yeah, well, yeah, we are.
Screwing them over.
Come on,
right?
guys.
So-
Where you just got to step it up here. You can't be shown up by the women.
But I gotta say that these shirts have been selling very hot in our online store ever since we launched on the 1st. And so yeah, you can get those at cannabisculturehq.com.
So these will be a definitely a collector's item
They will,
because we're not
limited
reordering. So
That's right.
I
limited
decided
edition.
nope. We're gonna come up with something else after. I think we're gonna push the iToken public shirts next. Were you familiar with what I?
Oh, yes,
were you
I
here when I
am.
talked
Yeah,
to you about when I
absolutely.
was? I wasn't sure. Were you
Make
here
some
when I was?
hashtags and memes. All that internet
Yeah,
themes.
and memes. Yeah, memes will be iToken public memes. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Didn't even think of that. Thank you.
That's social media stuff. It's so crazy. these
Yeah,
days.
memes.
It's hard to keep on top of. And speaking of, shame on you, Instagram, for shutting down the
Yes.
Cannabis Culture Instagram page. That's nonsense.
You
Just
might get a
saying, that's
T-shirt
not
if you're
fair.
not careful, Instagram.
Yeah, no kidding.
Megan said that others have got it back, like they told me to.
Yeah, there's like Coral Reefer. I'm pretty sure her account got reinstated. Same as Stanky Danky. I've seen these people
can get
get them
reinstated?
deleted and get them
Okay, so
reinstated. at, like,
Instagram, we love you.
140,000.
You're awesome.
Like, yeah, come on.
Please give us back
But
our
like,
page.
there is a way to get it back, and I've seen followers for a couple years now, and I've seen notices like they can go to your page and go and be like, I want to report this person. Then they'll ask you why they're reporting them, and they'll be like, I'm afraid they're using drugs, and then it'll send you a little like link or email or whatever, being like, all these people in your community are really worried about your safety, and then all of a sudden, boom, your account's gone.
Instagram, I think they're just upset. I don't know, maybe with glass or promos, but if you can you email Instagram and say, hey, bring back cannabis culture? That was 20,000.
Oh yeah. Well, I've emailed them, but other people
Make
could
a
probably.
post
I was going to say,
Or
can we
some
send in?
social media.
Can we get people to send in letters of support, like, hey, what happened? Why is my
I love
favorite?
this
What is my
feed.
favorite Instagram account not there? What happened to those guys?
There must be a general Instagram email. I'll look for that. I know that Instagram's very clever, and what they've done is they've made it so that when you log, the only time that you yourself can complain about your account being deactivated is when you try to log into that deactivated account.
Otherwise,
it gives you
it
the
doesn't
option.
exist.
Otherwise, that link isn't out there anywhere. Yeah. And I looked for that particular link out there to see if we could share that around. Didn't find it, but there's probably a general complaints area.
Yeah, they just have to use the username Cannabis Culture.
Right.
That'd be good.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, thanks for letting me yabber on your show. Is yabber a word? I don't think it is.
It sounds like it is.
It's like,
Jabber is
jibber,
good. Jabbers are
gab,
good. Jabber.
jabby. All right. Well, let me jabber on the show.
Jabber.
Jibber jabber.
A Jody Gabber.
Or how about fuddle duddle?
You can come on our show anytime you want.
Thanks, guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks for
anytime,
supporting
Jody.
Pot TV, everybody, because, first video site on the internet along with CBC Television. And we're still here. We're still spreading the good word. Thank you to Mick and the Three Happy Cats for bringing this particular episode. And we do have parts of Cannabis Culture Pot TV new studio being put together. And in case you didn't notice, our television sets are model D420. Actually, it says on the box in bold letters D420.
And they cost $420 each.
They did.
Okay, so
It's a
meant to
sign.
be. But,
Meant to be.
It's great that people are still watching and tuning in and sharing it around. So thanks for your support.
Those are actually special custom order made for us, particularly for our studio. They're absolutely one-of-a-kind designed 420 sets.
Trying to get our attention somehow, I guess.
Yeah. Here in the palatial penthouse studios
Yes. Right.
on Hastings.
That's right. Built in 1897.
on West Hastings Street.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, sorry, I didn't even catch that part.
In the heart of Skid Row.
One step away from living at Woodward's.
Oh, this poor old building.
Hostel.
Seen a lot of things, though, this building. This is a good spot to be.
Oh,
so.
the things that have gone through here over the years, it's, yeah.
So make your trip to Vancouver, everybody. As usual, they are. They're
Watch
coming
for the
here,
book
so.
coming out soon.
Yeah.
Soon to be a major motion picture.
Excellent. Sweet. Well, thanks, Carly Marley. And
Thank you,
Mick
Jody.
Opus.
Hey, and for having this place where we can do this stuff.
Oh, yeah, no,
and
it's
the
all the
opportunity.
good people working for us, seriously. It's an
Yeah.
amazing team, and a lot of people come and go through here, but, it's it requires everybody putting in a little something, and so you've been here a long time, and Carly's good on the team, and, oh, man, we have so many
You
good
couldn't
people
get
here.
rid of me for...
I know, we
I'm
try.
a fixture.
No.
Sent me to
It's
Toronto.
great.
No, I came
We
back.
keep locking him out the back door, but he finds a way in somehow.
I'm here to have fun. It's great.
Walked in, he's hiding under the couch. Do you sleep here? What?
Found a Mick man. Oh, man.
Crawled in the window.
Yeah. Where's my keys?
Oh, fun.
All right.
Thanks, Mick.
Well,
show,
thank you.
guys.
Yeah,
Thanks, Jemai. Thanks,
What
Mick.
time is it? What
It's 5:50 at the moment.
Oh, it's 5:50. Well, what else is going on out here in the big scheme of things? What have
There's
we
a lot of
talked
cups
about?
coming up. There's
Cups.
a few
Yeah, we'll
cups.
have
There's
to see you guys
the
there.
Oh,
the
yeah.
first one is the Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup coming up on October 2nd.
That's right. That's like in a week.
Saskatoon.
That's next week.
That is.
Weekend after this one, yeah.
Yeah, that's the following weekend after this is the Prairie Medicinal Harvest Cup in Saskatoon,
That's right.
Canada's
And-
most friendliest cup.
Yes.
It is.
It is.
Canada's friendliest cup. I
Hosted
wrote an
by-
article about that.
Hosted by Canada's friendliest pot activist, Jeff Lundstrom.
Hey. The friendliest or biggest?
Well, he's both.
Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Biggest heart.
Biggest heart for sure. I won't. Yes, I would
I
give him that for sure.
Can't wait to give him a big hug. He's like, just done so much.
Oh, yeah.
That's
No.
just- I love him.
And Jeff, if you're watching, sorry I can't make it out, but the move, extra expense, everything. I just got too much, man.
I know we're disappointed that Opus won't be with us on this trip, unfortunately. We're going to have, because Opus usually hosts the Prairie Medicinal
Well, I
Harvest Cup.
co-host
it
Co-host.
with me and Matt Murnaugh.
Yeah.
But this time around, to fill in for Mick, we're going to have Neil Magnuson. So
Yep.
that should be fun.
Yeah, so
Neil's gonna be driving out
I
there.
was gonna. I was just gonna say that Neil. Well, I don't know if he's be able to. I don't know how he's gonna fill my shoes. Good luck to you, Neil.
I'm not sure. Well,
You'll probably get something entirely different.
he'll dress with a wig and the mustache and everything.
The old Opus.
Yeah, see, that's why I can't.
You can say that again.
I can't go because no one will recognize me. I have to go through a whole. Oh yeah, did you? Oh, I didn't tell you about that one. When I
saw
went
the
to,
pictures of Asia and everybody online though wearing the Mick costumes, the I Token Public.
Oh, that
pictures.
was Asia wearing
That's
my hat
so
and glasses.
funny.
She goes, "Let me have your hat and glasses for a minute." Went outside, came back in. We all saw the pictures and just about died.
That's hilarious. I
Yeah,
haven't
with
seen
the
that, I
fake
want to.
stick-on mustache. Yeah, that was hilarious.
I
Those
love
are good.
Asia.
Oh
Asia's
yes,
so
and
funny.
28 Dabs later noticed that we made stickers out of the cats in the lounge. So all the cats in the lounge have their own stickers in the
Oh, yeah.
Cannabis Culture store.
Team stickers.
Yeah, and 28 Dabs later just shared around some of the stickers.
Right
Yay,
on.
I'm glad that you're
Thanks there,
That
28
was Carly.
Dabs.
You can
You're
get
awesome.
solo stickers or packs of them too.
Nice.
You save if you buy the packs. There you go. They are now available online at Cannabis Culture.
And lots more goodies coming. It's just getting started. The store has almost it's just got a little bit in it now, but
Every
it's
day
getting
we're
more.
putting
Every
stuff in.
week and every day we're putting more in. So.
Yeah. There's more T-shirts up now. There's some Amsterdam T-shirts, and there's going to be more up by the end of the day. So, clothes too.
A lot of cool pot T-shirts.
Yeah. And if there's something that you want to see in specific, email me, and I'll make sure it gets in. There's the email address at the bottom of the webpage. So, yeah. We want
All
everyone
right.
to be happy. We want you to have everything you need.
We want you to get all the stuff you need
Yes.
to be a hardcore stoner advocate type activist.
That's right. And Mark's philosophy was always that you don't just, beg for money. You provide some sort of something for it. So if you have a store and you can make it into a profitable enterprise, you use the profits for your activism.
Yeah.
And then you're giving something back to the people who are supporting your activism as well. They get something out of it, you get something out of it, everybody wins.
And there's something for everybody on that website, from like the $2 stickers and the $2 lighter to the, really expensive heady glass. There's
Awesome
everything,
Fuck Harper shirts.
Yeah, those are only $20 US, so that's
$20.
so cheap. That's nothing. So there's all sorts of price ranges. So it's good.
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Vaporizers for what was it? $23 now?
Oh yeah, those vape pens for $23.
They're so cheap, and you can get one to go with like every outfit because they come in different colors.
The red one would go really well with that one.
All right.
Or green with your hair.
Well, that's about what we got for today. I will end the show with that, I guess. Don't forget, so I Token Public, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, go nuts. Go in your city, go on and find out if your city hall, your mayor's office, or the mayor or city council has a Twitter account. A lot of them do in the bigger cities. They, like here in Vancouver, they actually encourage people to contact the mayor via Twitter. Like that,
So
if you go to the city hall website, they say, "Oh, if you want to, you can go to or there's like a call number you can leave a message at and stuff." So they've kind of got contacts set up where they don't actually have to deal with you. But I like the fact that you can use their social media.
Yeah.
So
Tweet the mayor.
So by tweeting to your city council or city hall or your mayor, we are selfies, and I Token Public. And mention that, this is a protest, hashtag I Token Public, hashtag vapor, we need hashtag vapor lounges,
Yep.
I'm sure you can think of lots of things. Be creative. Pictures with identifiable landmarks in the background are always good. They work kind of the best.
Yeah.
And
Get your
they're
friends
fun
on
to
it,
do.
too. Yeah.
Mo-
Everyone loves taking selfies.
Yeah, well, there are most people, like I say, lots of people are taking selfies. Lots of people smoke weed and take selfies at the same time. Have fun with it. Just add the hashtag #ITokenPublic. Pretty simple.
Yeah. Get a shot in front of some police cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, and and it's not even a protest so much as this is more of a lobbyist movement. Like, this is how we're lobbying you guys. We need Vaporland. We need a place. Not
Just
really
smoke
protesting
body.
anymore. This is it. We're doing this. It's what we do it anyways. So
Exactly.
Yeah. Corey over there saying he's got his paperwork. He just pull out his MMAR and say, and do it right in front of cop. Yeah, any cop cars in the background or cops is always extra points.
Pass them the joint.
Extra points for style and flair.
Be like, hey, you guys want any? Oh, sorry, can't. That'd be
Yeah.
illegal.
Selfies.
Denied.
If you and extra points if you can get one with the cop having a puff with you. And get the
camera's not on.
and the cops
Yeah.
doing the weed, and
Or
the
do
cops
like-
giving you the thumbs up. Yeah.
Or do you like
this.
that guy who went to where was it, where he showed the political message on his hand when he was shaking the president's hand? Yeah, do like that, but have it say, fuck the police. You're smoking doobie with him, and you're like, please.
Can you imagine though, like the Buddy Jesus that we were doing before? If you had like Buddy Cop.
They get in trouble for that now, all the posing. But we were walking down on Granville Street on like Saturday night, the other night, and there was a bunch of cops posing with pretty girls who were like, trying to pose with them, and they were like getting in the shots and stuff.
And we were like,
Well, they can. You know what they can do? They can claim they were just checking for safety. It's a safety issue. We were making sure they weren't too fucked up, and then be vulnerable. So
Could have been laced with PCP. Had to test it.
Check.
No, this stuff's good.
yeah, just
Let me
how
pass
they
that
tasted
weed
those
over here.
brownies.
Oh no, good. It's the clean stuff. Yeah.
That's right. Cannabis police got to test your
Is
weed
that
for
imported? You didn't bring that from the United States, did you? No, that's BC, bud. Yeah.
you. Got to be local.
You bought that at a dispensary here? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, we're out of here. We're closing the show. Jer, you're gonna deal with it. What the hell's going on? I guess. What? I missed something. I am so high. I'm always high. I was high early. I've been high as the pie in the sky.
Since
Whatever.
He's a freestyle rapper now, dude.
Oh God. Falling asleep rapper. But Wednesday from Under the Sea Desk with Marijuana Man. Al the Alchemist will probably be right back here. And if not, well, then they probably won't. But I bet they probably will.
maybe
And
this machine.
and on Friday, Jeremiah, I believe you'll be back here. And for Cannabis Culture News, CCN News, 4 o'clock, awesome. And Saturday, don't forget the Red Beard Show. And that happens in the afternoon. 2 o'clock, I think. Oh, 4 is 4. I thought it was at 2. 4 o'clock. And then, of course, the following next Monday, tune in and watch the super secret location from the back of a van, maybe. I don't know. The hostage episode.
Undisclosed location.
Watch the hostage episode from an undisclosed back of a trunk of a car.
Okay.
Sorry, we couldn't get a van car, so we have to ride in a trunk.
Just hotbox the back. It'll be fine.
There you go.
But so check that out. Don't come down to the lounge. Well, come down to the lounge if you want, but we won't be here. Don't come out. Hey, but I guess until that time, keep cultivating your freedom. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching.